Hello, this is Dr. Yamada again. In part three, I started talking about the rules for adding references. So we already talked about how to put the authors and year and the title of the articles. The last one and most complicated one is the rules for the name of the journal. So let's go. When you write up the name of the journals, here are some of the rules. You capitalize the name of the journal for the first letter of each important word. What it means is you do not capitalize articles and prepositions, except that they come at the beginning of the sentence. So if the title start with an in or with or the, then of course you capitalize those T. But if they come in the middle of the sentence, in the middle of the journal name, then you do not capitalize these words. And also the name of the journal must be italicized. So let's go with the example. The name of the journal here is Memory and Cognition. So in this case, M and C must be capitalized, and the entire name of the journal must be italicized. For the next one, again, as I talked in the previous video, you completely ignore the rules of the journal. You just follow the APA style rules. So according to the APA style, you do not capitalize all letters. You only capitalize the first letter of important words. So you do not capitalize O, but you capitalize J, G, S, and M in this case, and italicize all letters. After you type up the name of the journal, you put a comma, not period, comma, and what comes next is the volume number, the issue number, the page number, and the DOI, which is the identification number. All journals, I would say almost all journals, have the volume number, but some journals do not have an issue number. Okay, and some other journals do not even have page numbers, especially when the journals only publish articles electronically. Okay, and again, and all journals have a volume number and a DOI. And italicizing or using noble letters, it's also weird. You only italicize the volume number, but not the issue number, page number, or DOI. So normal letters for issue numbers, page numbers, and the DOI. So here's the example. So the title of the manuscript is here. The name of the journal you can find over here. The volume is 43, issue is 1, the page number is 161 to 170, right? So you completely ignore the rules of whatever this journal is. APA style, you capitalize J, T, P, E, right? And you do not capitalize the first letter of the preposition. And you italicize everything after the name of the journal, comma, and the volume number here. So you ignore V here. So 43, which should be capitalized, which should be italicized, and the issue number should be enclosed in the parenthesis. After the volume and issue, you put a comma, and the page number from X to Y using hyphen and a period. And how you put the DOI is you always start with https://doi.org/. After this slash, you just replace these X to the specific ID number of the article. Okay, another example here is the name of the journal is Psychology of the Sport and Exercise. The volume number is 70. And this article, when it's published, it didn't have the page number. Instead, it did have some sort of ID number. So the title italicized, comma, volume number, and also should be italicized. This one does not have an issue number, so ignore that, comma. It doesn't have a page number, so ignore that. You just type up these numbers, period, and then you start writing up the DOI. Okay, another example. This one, the title of the name of the journal is Perceptual Motor Skills. And the volume number 129, issue number 5, you have the page, you have a DOI over here. Okay, the same rule after the name of the journal, italicize, comma, volume number, italicize, unitalicize, and put the number of issue in the parenthesis, comma, then page number, period. After period, you do not start with DOI. You start with https://doi.org/ and replace these long list of numbers with this axis. Okay, so this is the summary of everything we talked about: the author, year, title of the manuscript, and the name of the journals. So let's go over again. You start with the author's name, and you spell out only the last name, comma, use the initial for other first or middle name, and then after between each author, you put a comma, right? And right before the last author, you put the end symbol. Right after the last author, you put the year number, enclosed in a parenthesis and period. The title of the journal must be following the normal English grammar, and then only capitalize each important word for the name of the journal, italicize it, comma, volume number, issue number, comma, page number, period. But only italicize the volume number and the name of the journal. At the end, you add the DOI starting with https dot not dot colon /doi.org/ and the unique ID for that specific article. Same thing, spelling out everyone's last name before the last author, symbol and, year, title, and the name of the journal, and volume, issue, and DOI. More example. And as the last message for this video, one of the most important things as a student is not being able to write out everything, because there are many softwares out there. You can just copy and paste the APA style. However, whether you use EndNote or Zotero, or like you find an APA style referencing from the website, something I have found through my life, through my career, is that they always wrong. The structure is usually correct, but the capitalizing, italicizing are almost always wrong. Especially if you cite multiple articles, the ability you have to have is being able to recognize where the errors are. So just keep looking at the correct one